Twice a year, we do something bizarre. We collectively mess with our body clocks. And if you're over 40, this seemingly harmless tradition could be silently damaging your health in ways you never imagined. I'm talking about daylight saving time. And here's what most people don't know. In the days following the springtime change, heart attacks spike by 24%, strokes increase by 8%, and your body loses an average of 40 minutes of sleep that you may never fully recover. If you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, your body doesn't bounce back from this disruption the way it did when you were younger. Today, we're diving deep into the science of why daylight saving time is particularly dangerous for those of us over 40. And more importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what happens to your sleep when we spring forward or fall back. Research shows that adults lose an average of 40 minutes of sleep following the spring transition. But here's the kicker. When you're over 40, your circadian rhythm becomes less flexible. Think of it like this. A 25-year-old's body clock is like a rubber band. It snaps back quickly. But after 40, it's more like a worn elastic. It takes longer to adjust, and sometimes it doesn't fully recover. Why? As we age, our production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, naturally decreases. Our sleep becomes more fragmented. We wake up more during the night. And our deep sleep stages, which are crucial for physical restoration, become shorter and less restorative. When you suddenly shift your sleep schedule by an hour, your body doesn't just lose 60 minutes. You're disrupting your core body temperature regulation, your hormone release timing, your digestive system schedule, and your brain's waste-clearing process that happens during deep sleep. Studies show that people over 40 can take anywhere from several days to several weeks to fully adjust to the time change, compared to just 2-3 days for younger adults. During this adjustment period, you're essentially operating with jet lag, but without having gone anywhere. Now, here's where things get serious and, frankly, scary. Multiple studies have documented a 24% increase in heart attacks on the Monday following the springtime change. Let me repeat that. Nearly 1/4 more heart attacks. And strokes? They jump by 8%. Why does this happen? When you're over 40, your cardiovascular system is already dealing with reduced arterial elasticity, potential plaque buildup, higher baseline inflammation, and possible existing blood pressure issues. The sudden disruption to your circadian rhythm triggers a cascade of stress responses. First, your cortisol levels spike. This is your stress hormone, and it causes your blood pressure to rise and your blood to become stickier, more prone to clotting. Second, your autonomic nervous system goes into overdrive. This is the system that controls your heart rate and blood pressure automatically. When it's disrupted, your heart has to work harder. Third, inflammation markers increase throughout your body. This inflammation can destabilize existing arterial plaques, potentially causing them to rupture, which is what triggers most heart attacks. The timing is critical too. Most of these cardiovascular events happen in the first 3 days after the time change, particularly on Monday morning when people are rushing back to work on less sleep, with their body clocks completely out of sync. If you already have risk factors, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or a family history of heart disease, you're in an even higher risk category during this transition period. Let's shift gears and talk about what's happening in your brain during these time changes. Research consistently shows increases in anxiety disorders, depression symptoms, mood disturbances, and cognitive impairment. And if you're over 40, you're more vulnerable to these effects. Here's why. Your brain's master clock, located in the suprachiasmatic nucleus, becomes less responsive to light cues as you age. This means when the time changes, your brain struggles more to recalibrate. For those dealing with early cognitive decline or dementia, the effects are even more pronounced. Studies show that people with dementia experience worsened sundowning symptoms, that late afternoon confusion and agitation, during DST transitions. But even if you're cognitively healthy, You might notice difficulty concentrating at work, increased irritability with family members, reduced decision-making ability, and memory lapses. One fascinating study found that judges hand down harsher sentences in the week following the springtime change, suggesting that even professionals are experiencing impaired judgment and increased irritability. Your mental health is intimately connected to your sleep-wake cycle. When that cycle is disrupted, your brain's neurotransmitter production goes haywire. Serotonin, dopamine, and GABA all get thrown off balance. This is why you might feel off for days or even weeks after the time change. Beyond your heart and brain, daylight saving time wreaks havoc on your metabolism and physical coordination. When your circadian rhythm is disrupted, your body's ability to regulate blood sugar becomes impaired. Studies show that glucose tolerance, your body's ability to process sugar, decreases following time changes. For people over 40, especially those with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, this can mean higher fasting blood sugar levels, increased insulin resistance, and greater difficulty managing diabetes medications. Your metabolism is governed by circadian rhythms. When you eat, sleep, and wake at different times, your body doesn't know when to release digestive enzymes, when to store fat, or when to burn energy efficiently. Here's something most people don't consider. Coordination and balance decline when you're sleep-deprived. For adults over 40, fall risk increases significantly in the week following time changes. Your reaction time slows, your spatial awareness decreases, and your muscle coordination suffers. If you take medications on a schedule, blood pressure meds, thyroid medication, diabetes drugs, the time change can throw off your dosing schedule. Studies show a spike in medication errors during DST transitions, particularly among older adults managing multiple prescriptions. Perhaps most frustrating is that your body simply takes longer to adapt than it used to. While a 25-year-old might feel back to normal in 2 to 3 days, research shows people over 40 often need 5 to 7 days or longer to fully adjust. Some people never fully adapt before it's time to change the clocks again 6 months later. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about what you can actually do to protect yourself during these time changes. Strategy 1. Gradual sleep adjustment. Don't wait until the night before to adjust. Starting 1 week before the time change, shift your bedtime by 10-15 minutes earlier each night for spring forward. Shift your wake time by 10-15 minutes earlier each morning. By the time the actual change happens, your body is already halfway adjusted. Strategy 2. Strategic light exposure. Light is the most powerful tool for resetting your circadian rhythm. Get 15 to 30 minutes of bright morning sunlight within an hour of waking. Use a light therapy box at 10,000 lux if natural light isn't available. Dim lights in the evening. Use blue light blocking glasses after sunset. Keep your bedroom completely dark at night. Strategy 3. Exercise timing. Physical activity helps reset your body clock. Exercise in the morning to help wake your body up. Avoid intense workouts within 3 hours of bedtime. Even a 20-minute walk in morning sunlight is beneficial. Strategy 4. Nutrition timing. Your digestive system has its own circadian rhythm. Eat breakfast within an hour of waking to signal daytime to your body. Keep dinner light and finish eating 3 hours before bed. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Limit alcohol. It disrupts sleep architecture even if it makes you drowsy. Strategy 5. Supplement support. Consider melatonin at 0.5 to 30 mg. 30 minutes before your target bedtime, but only for 3 to 4 days during the transition. Magnesium glycinate at 200 to 400 mg in the evening supports sleep quality. Vitamin D, if you're deficient, it plays a role in circadian rhythm regulation. Strategy. YEGS, medical consultation. If you have existing health conditions, talk to your doctor before the time change. Adjust medication timing if needed. Monitor blood pressure more closely during the transition week. Check blood sugar more frequently if you're diabetic. Consider taking it easier at work if possible. Don't schedule critical meetings or decisions for the Monday after the change. Strategy 7. Sleep hygiene intensification. Double down on good sleep habits during the transition. Keep your bedroom cool at 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Use white noise or earplugs to minimize disruptions. Stick to the same bedtime and wake time every day, even weekends. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. The weekend buffer. If possible, make the time change on a weekend when you have more flexibility. Give yourself permission to take it easy, nap if needed, and not push yourself too hard during that first week. Here's the bottom line. Daylight saving time isn't just an inconvenience. It's a legitimate health risk, especially if you're over 40. Your body doesn't adapt as quickly as it used to, and the consequences can be serious. Increased heart attacks, strokes, mental health issues, metabolic dysfunction, and more. But you're not powerless. By preparing in advance, using strategic light exposure, timing your meals and exercise properly, and supporting your body with the right supplements and sleep hygiene, you can minimize the damage and protect your health. The key is to take this seriously and start preparing now. Don't wait until the night before the time change. Remember, longevity isn't just about living longer. It's about thriving through every season of life, even when the clocks are working against you. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more evidence-based health strategies for living your best life over 40. Drop a comment below and let me know, how does the time change affect you? Until next time, stay healthy, stay strong, and keep thriving.